Top of it, top of it. Good morning, y'all. It's your boy, Coach One Stack, man. It is Monday. Man, we gonna get to that gym. We gonna bust that back out today. But before I do that, man, I want to thank everybody who's been rocking with my channel, who has been showing me that love. You dig what I'm saying? Who has been, doing the likes, the dislikes, and talking in the comments, talking to me because I talk back. But before I get into this list of Diddy's boy toys and his favorite boy toy, and all of them are alleged to have HIV or other STDs that they cannot get rid of. Hey man, why don't you guys go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, right? So you know when I'm dropping content, because today is Meek Mill's day, man. I'm on Meek Mill all day long. Can you dig what I'm saying, people? Can you dig it? So man, I even had to take some notes for this one. Now, Diddy has been doing his thing for quite some time. And it all starts off, man, everything evolves from a certain place. Everything evolves. And we're going to get back to the bad boy days, man. One of his first boy toys was Craig Mack. That's right. Funny looking ass Craig Mack. And see, the thing is, everybody that's on this list, they wanted something from Diddy. They could put him on. And when somebody can put you on, man, you'd be willing to do certain things. Like, for instance, Craig Mack caught HIV from messing with a groupie that he was dealing with Puff. So it'd been very easy to go tell for Puffy to tell Craig Mack, because he wasn't the best looking dude in the world. And rest in peace, Craig Mack, and shout out to your family, Brody. I didn't even know that you was Eric Sermon and Biz Marquis' age, that y'all went to school together until you passed away. But I could see Diddy telling you, oh man, go ahead and hit that, knowing that she has HIV, because it's going to give you that package, and now he's going to get your royalties. And we all know how that turned out with Craig Mack. Craig Mack, every bad boy artist, man, hey man, every bad boy artist either caught a disease, passed away, found God, found Allah, but they got the hell away from him. You dig? And Craig Mack was the first one. Diddy set this man up to go to get HIV from a groupie, to turn into full-blown AIDS, to the point to where this man moved his entire family down to South Carolina to a cult with his family. And the thing is, when you're dealing with a cult, they're not allowed to leave the property to get medical care. And if you do your research, it was an older white gentleman that was running the cult who was recently arrested a few years ago for messing with little minors. Now, don't a lot of this stuff sound familiar? Cults, minors. And so we're going to get to that next name on the list, man, Christopher Williams. Well, good old Christopher Williams, man. Somebody popped in the room at Bad Boy Records, and good old Christopher Williams was on his knees while Puffy was sitting down, and Christopher Williams on his knees doing what he do. He was fixing it, as they call it. Hey man, and he was fixing it. And that story did not come from Jaguar Wright, but Jaguar Wright did say something that was very, very interesting. She said that Puffy told her, he said, I got power. I have real power. If I can make a grown man get on his knees and put his D in my mouth, put my D in his mouth, then I can make anything happen. So, man, Christopher Williams, man, you was one of them boy toys back in the day, man, and we totally get it. And poor old Bashir Gray, man, I feel bad for you, bro. You had a promising career, man, in acting and in rapping, because, bro, I thought you could rap your ass off. But see, once you started getting tutored by Will Smith, and by Will Smith, Dwayne Wade, and Diddy, y'all was running up out of there with y'all backsides hurting, man, and you've never been heard from since. And so, words on the streets that you might have that package too, Bashir Gray, because Bashir Gray, why don't y'all come up out the woodworks and just say what it was? Because Diddy always said he loved to keep different men around. And and I'm trying to get through this list so y'all can get to the name y'all really want to. So make sure y'all stay till the end of the video. I got something real special for you, right? And then we gonna get to Justin Bieber. You already know what he did to Justin Bieber. See, these are Diddy's favorite boy toys, right? That he even gave diseases to. You dig? You already know what he did to Justin Bieber. I'm not going to go through the story again with Justin Bieber, but if Justin Bieber would come out and tell his part of the story, hey man, Diddy would have been arrested. But you learn to fall in love with your abuser. That is called Stockholm Syndrome. And then when you have a person who has been back there, and this is the person who has gave you that sexual feeling, well, you actually do start craving sexual feelings. That's how the human body is. Even if it is something odd that other people wouldn't do, you know, it feels good to you, and you want the person to do it to you that makes it feel good. And so Diddy was that person, man. He had a lot of boy toys, and he had like how Floyd said, hey man, I got a lot of women because I take care of them. Diddy had a lot of boy toys. And you're going to figure out here in a minute why Meek Mill was his #1 boy toy. Can you dig it? And we'll get to Rick Ross and French Montana. We already know, man, what's up with Rick Ross. Rick Ross fell out of grace. See, me and Rick Ross are kind of the same. See, I was an officer. I was a cop. I was a detective. I also was a hustler, too, delivered by God. But see, I can come and tell you that Rick Ross wouldn't even admit that he was a correctional officer at prison, even though you had a picture of him. So you have to put his integrity in question, because even with faced with a picture, he still wouldn't admit it. It took him a long time to admit it. So we all know that he all of a sudden he just jumped up. His money just went from here all the way up to here when he started dealing with Puffy. That's because, you know, Rick Ross is a power bottom, and they were sharing Meek Mill. You know, who do you think signed Meek Mill first? It was Rick Ross. So of course you guys been passing Meek Mill around for the longest, but Rick Ross, I know you're not the one that gave him that HIV and gave him those STDs. We all know it was Diddy, you dig? And French Montana, bro, you're not even a rapper, man. You just some light-skinned dude that's from New York that you use an XD boy, man. And if any of y'all want to know anything about French Montana, go to YouTube and pull up Hood Box Office and put in French Montana, and you will see what French Montana was all about. You dig? And matter of fact, give me 5 French Montana songs in the comments, people. Then we got Al B. Sure, good old Albert. Al B. Sure, you know, he was that boy toy, but he was more that boy toy because they was kind of sharing Kim Porter, you dig? And there was a point where they had a threesome, and Kim Porter said in her book before it got retracted that Al B. Sure and Diddy started the threesome without her. So I don't get that. I don't understand why a married woman, would have a threesome with her now husband and her ex. It just don't make any sense. And you as being her current husband, Diddy, why would you want see another man raw dogging your wife? This is your wife, bro. Like you're basically slutting your wife out. Why would you want that for your wife and your daughters? Why would you want your daughters to even know that that you was having threesomes with their mama, and she was getting raw dog and getting diseases? And we already know how Kim Porter ended up off of this planet. We don't have to get into that. They say it was pneumonia, but guess what, guys? I had pneumonia twice, and my pneumonia was never to that level. Can you dig? And of course, good old Usher Raymond, man. You already know what he did to Usher, guys. That was one of his original favorite boy toys. You dig? The original Puffy flavor camp. The original person that he was sleeping in the bed with, fighting over the cereal with. You dig? You see, it was that time, man, where that was his favorite boy toy in New York. But there was an incident when Usher was 14 and had to be rushed to the hospital because he had some bleeding and some tearing back there. Now, how you got it, I don't know. Maybe he had hemorrhoids. Maybe he had ate a bunch of cheese and was stopped up and just couldn't push. I don't know, but maybe someone was trying to push inside of him because, you know, guys, and this is a trigger warning for what I'm finna say. You know, I'm not trying to put my business out there, but I'm not with the little itty bitty committee. You know, I'm laying pipe around here. You dig? Now, Diddy is said to be the little jalapeno man, the little man. And most little men, they like that hole back there. They like that hole back there. You know, with a woman, man, it don't matter. It's a hole. You know, so with these men with them little jalapenos, it don't matter if it's a man or a woman. Ray J says it all the time. What hole what difference does it make what hole you're in? It doesn't make you part of the rainbow community. A hole is a hole. Well, I guess it is, but hey, I'd rather be in that hole that get wet from a woman. But hey, what do I know, man? I'm just Coach One Stack. Can you dig it? And then we gonna get to Stevie Gay. Stevie Gay is what you call the cuckold, the bull, the male prostitute. Stevie J was around here, man, having sex for money because basically he was homeless. And we all know he's been had that package, when he gave it to Mimi gave it to Nico. And why do you think his crazy looking ass ex was looking all funny, man? Why do you think Faith Evans left him? Because she caught him with a man. It wasn't her drinking. He couldn't keep his thing. See, a woman, man, she might put up with you cheating with a woman, but now she catching you in the bed with men. Like a lot of y'all women and girlfriends are catching y'all in the bedroom with y'all homeboys. Man, women ain't having that shit, y'all. And now we finna get to this last and final name, Meek Mill, y'all. Meek Mill is the favorite boy toy of Diddy of all time. And let me tell you why he's the favorite boy toy. Out of every boy toy that I named on this list, you have never seen Puffy dressed like anybody on that list except for Meek Mill. And he was dressed like Meek Mill on more than one occasion. See, everybody, it's like a man. See, everybody, man, I know y'all, men and women, I know y'all can relate to this. It's always that special one, that you can always go back and get. Fellas, it's always that special woman, man, you can call on the late night, she understand how you feel, and she'll let you come get that thing. And women, you already know, when you get a little lonely, it's that man you can call that you familiar with. And Freak Mill was very familiar with Diddy. That's who took his virginity, y'all. That Meek Mill, look, Diddy is the reason why Nicki and Freak Mill are not even together. Who do you think released that tape? And now Meek Mill, because he's fighting with his STDs, he's fighting with his HIV, he's fighting with his herpes, he's fighting with all that stuff. Well, now he's starting to name names. Can you dig it? He's starting to name names because he was around. Because he knows at the end of the day, let me explain something to you. That audio tape, when Meek Mill was getting, oh, daddy, oh, daddy, get that daddy. Man, that video, man, that audio tape can be authenticated, man. It's things that you can put on your phone that you can tell exactly whose voice that is, and that's Meek Mill with that super heavy Philly accent. That junk? He's putting that junk up in him. You dig? He's putting that junked up in him. And when you use the N-word as much as Meek Mill does, it really starts to sound familiar. So Meek Mill, man, we know you was getting your cheeks clapped, and then you would go jump into the swimming pool because that chlorine will help clear up diseases, and it also will help heal your backside after a long night. Because we notice every time that you would be with Diddy, man, his voice would be hoarse. You guys don't know, like do your own research. Don't listen to me. You guys don't notice that every time that Diddy makes an interview and he's singing happy birthday to somebody, or he's talking to Meek Mill, his voice is real hoarse. That's because he's been hollering all night. That's because he's been hollering, oh yeah, take that. He been taking it and receiving it. Because when you the little itty bitty man, you take and you receive, man. It's about the dude who's the big boy around here that's doing all the giving. Can you dig? But hey, man, I wasn't in their bedroom. I just heard the tape. You heard the tape, and now Meek Mill heard the tape, and he is naming names because his money's running short. And I was just watching a video with Meek Mill saying that Jay-Z paid all his legal fees when he was locked up. So now, if you guys are all these black billionaires, why is Jay-Z paying all your millions of dollars for your legal fees? Oh, I know why. Because you were one of his boy toys too. See, they've been passing Meek Mill around like a backwood with a 3.5 in it of ZA. You feel what I'm saying? Here, it's your turn. Now here's your turn. Now here's your turn. Now here you go first. It's too wet. Nah, you know what? Ain't nothing left. Hey man, it's burning my finger. They've been passing you around because They've been passing you them diseases around for so many years. This is how your bills been getting paid. You haven't had a hit in years. And the thing is, that's why Rick Ross is always laughing with them big ass choppers and those big ass female breasts, right? They call that gynecomastia, with those big female breasts hanging down, you know, nipples way down here to your waistline and all that, because he knows that he's the one that turned you out. But hey, man, enough about Meek Mill, man. I got videos coming all day, man. We talking about Ray J. We talking about Meek Mill. We gonna get on Kevin Hart ass, Cat Williams. Man, I got time today. Can you dig what I'm saying? But other than that, man, hey, subscribe to the channel, like the content, love the content, right? Hey, hit that notification bell so y'all know when I'm dropping each and every day, all day. And hey, man, remember, stay stressed, never blessed, finessing, getting plenty of rest, and stay the fuck out of trouble.